Namaste everyone. So it's been a long time since I have posted any video on YouTube. I should have posted this video back earlier because this is something of my reflections of my 2020 year 2025. I've been giving myself internal reasons around to just procrastinate, coming up with different things which I felt were much more important yet. So I thought anyways, I'll just start and I don't have any script for this video. And the only thing that I want to share is my reflections of things around and my lessons that I have learned. And I've just written it down in a notebook earlier. It was my idea about how the script is going to be, but now I'm just going to say it out because I need to get it done. The first lesson that I came up was that you are your biggest bottleneck. And what do I mean by that? Nobody has so much control and power upon you that they are the ones who are the bottleneck around. If you just understand it in a way, which is if you are giving someone else the power to control your life, then you are not in control of your life in the first place. And yet, seeking that, okay, I have control, but someone else is stopping me, or something or some work is stopping me from achieving my goals or my things around. So, that's not the case in reality. In reality, you are the bottleneck that you have created yourself, and you are procrastinating the things that you need to get done with the things which don't hold any kind of priority, and yet you think that are so important, and you just procrastinate a lot. And that's sort of my reflection has been. Yet I see that I have been kind of a little continuing with the same, but yeah, I had to snap back out of it. And the point that most people don't realize, you have from time to time that you have to come back to this thing and just have to realize it yourself because you don't pay attention to things around. And so the second lesson, the magnitude of the change that you want to create requires equal magnitude of input and sacrifice from you. And yet, even after putting it equal amount of magnitude of input, sacrifice, focus, and everything, you will still stay uncertain for a really long time. And that's when it's going to happen when you're starting out with something. I would say, even when you are in between of doing things around, even when the things might be going as planned as it seems, you'll still be uncertain, will it work or not? And there's only one way to figure it out, that you have to make it till the end. And what the part is about, most of the people don't make it to the end because they have not seen enough. They're just in between. So that is what my second thing is about. Third thing, one of the important things that I have seen. Last year, I had set out so many goals around, and I was only able to achieve a very little, barely 10 or 20% of it. There were many reasons around with that. I'll probably make a video next time if you guys would like to know. There's no one, then I'll share it by myself. So the third point is doing so many things is going to be always less. What do I mean by that? Last year, I have been trying to achieve so many things around rather than just taking one thing at a time. We have been wired to do multitasking in this new age and need to feel that we can achieve multiple things around one go. That's quite not the case, according to my experience, where even getting one thing right, it's just you would hit it if you just get one thing right. But last year I have recognized that I've been trying to set out many things and trying to focus around was casting a very wide net. This year I'm going to probably focus on achieving rather one thing, putting all in and getting it done right, rather than me trying to achieve five to six of my goals. It doesn't mean there's one goal and other things might be associated with it and it might be making some connections. So that's a different case where you have to draw a line. Okay, if it is a completely different goal that I'm trying to achieve here, or is it even related to my primary goal that I'm trying to achieve? And it's about the one thing. That's what this whole point is about. It's about just one thing and getting that one thing right. And the fourth one would be to do it do it anyway. There might be voices in your head saying ki, this won't work out, the thing is going to turn out that way, something this might happen. The thing with most of your goals or your achievements is that when we start out, we believe that the threshold is around here to achieve that goal. And you are just around here. And if you just put in the efforts, you will be able to reach. But the actual reality is, because of the people who have been, there are online gurus, they will obviously try to sell things around, which isn't true. So the actual threshold that you believe, it's up here. Okay. And we certainly think that we'll be the earlier threshold. We certainly think that up until here, when we get up until here, we'll be able to reach things around. But not even comparable, the magnitude that we have to put efforts into things and inputs and the sacrifices that you have to make. So it's just going to be that you have to want it so bad that it doesn't matter what the threshold is. Okay. So that's what I believe. So you have to do it anyways. Okay. And you have to do it anyways for a really long time to things take around. I have seen people around. I've met I met a guy at my gym. He said he used to do YouTube, and asked him how long did you do YouTube? And he just said, yeah, it didn't work out for him and stuff like that. He said, I did YouTube for, he was into video editing, and he said, I tried it for around 2 months and it didn't work out. I said, 2 months is barely anything. And that's what the realization came to me, and then I passed it to him as well, that you have to put in more effort and it's going to take longer than that. So, yeah, that was all it with this video. This was my main 4 or 5 reflections here. Basically, it comes down to 4, which is you are your biggest bottleneck. Okay, nobody is stopping you from doing things around. Nobody has so much control over your life that, okay, it is not a medieval time or something like that, that you are a slave to someone and you can't do something of your own. Okay, just realize that you have a certain control if you're living with your parents, if you're living with someone else. I know there might be things around, but what about most of the hours that you spend? You are in control of your life. And if you're not in a place where you want to be, then it's 100% your responsibility, and it comes down to the choices that you made. Yeah, so that's the first part, that you're the biggest bottleneck. And the second one is the magnitude of the change that you want to create requires equal magnitude of input and sacrifice. And yet, even after making it, you might think, okay, I'm making the equal magnitude of sacrifice. And yet, you'll still stay uncertain that am I doing enough? And you have to bear it. And you have to bear it for a really long time. So that's the thing. And the third one is doing so many things is going to be so less. So you just have to focus on getting one thing right. You have to get one thing right. Okay. And the fourth one is you have to do it anyways. If you want it so bad enough, you have to be willing to do it anyways. And for us, for a long period of time, what would say, you have to be unchained to the results. Rather, you have to be chained towards the input. There is a saying I remember. I don't remember that thought, but yeah, there was, I guess Chris Williamson said it, but it was be patient with your results and be impatient with your actions. So that was my 4 reflections around, and we'll see you soon. I'll be getting back on with things and have to do it anyways, right? Until next time, namaste.